get started. Again, I'd like to welcome everyone to SEO 301 Part 3 of a 3-part webinar series where we're going to talk about offsite SEO and why it's important to you. My name is Fanny Barrientos and I will be taking you on this journey today. Okay, so let's go over the agenda. First, I'm going to briefly go over what search engine optimization is. If you would like a more extensive understanding of what search engine optimization is, I highly encourage you to check out the first part in this webinar series where I give you an overview on what it is and how it works. And then I'm going to be talking about how SEO works, but I'm going to be focusing on how offsite SEO works in the local SEO space. Finally, I'm going to be giving you some tips to optimize your firm's offsite presence, and then some additional resources that you could use to help you. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the first part of the agenda. And so SEO is defined as the process of maximizing the number of visitors to a particular website by ensuring that the site appears high on a list of results returned by a search engine. So that's really all it is. It's you're ensuring that you're high on a list of results. And to briefly talk about why you need SEO, users trust SEO. You know, a site that ranks well, it increases trust. Furthermore, your competition is already doing it. SEO in itself is not new. The tactics that are applied and how the algorithm evolves, you know, that's ever changing, but the core of this marketing channel will always be the same. Also, it delivers clients at a greater ROI, and this is especially true when compared to traditional marketing advertising methods. So say you buy a spot on the radio, or you have a TV commercial, or whatever it may be, SEO is definitely more cost effective than any of those options. It helps your clients find you when they're looking for your services. So you know you have your potential clients' attention. They're actively looking for you, so you know that your presence is not wasted on someone that's not paying attention. And then finally, of course, everyone is searching for businesses online. Regardless of where, however you searched before, more and more people are actually using online or the internet to look up services that they're looking for and products, really just in general, before they really make up their mind and buy. All right, so let's talk about how SEO works, and then I'll explain how offsite SEO works and what it is. So to really understand SEO, you really have to understand a search engine's major functions. The first being that it's to find and categorize all websites and web pages out on the web. And they help people find what they're looking for in a fraction of a second. And finally, they recommend the best sites to the person that's asking the question by ranking them from best to worst. And that's really where SEO was born, and that's where ranking comes from, because recommending an SEO's recommendation is trusted, and so you want to get on top of those search results because it means that you are more trusted by a search engine. Okay, so how does SEO work? Really, there are two components to SEO, and just to clarify, I mean local SEO in this particular case. The approach that we would traditionally take with local businesses is local SEO, which does differ a little bit to traditional SEO. But regardless of which approach you're taking, there are two components, which are on-site optimization and off-site optimization. In part 2 of the series, I went into more depth on on-site optimization and what that means and how you can apply those to your accounting firm. So this presentation is going to be focusing on off-site optimization, which are optimizations that are done outside of your website, but within the network that your website resides in. Okay. So how does offsite optimization work? Well, let's talk about what it really offsite means, because it is a little obscure. Offsite literally means off of your website. So Google will actually look at your network and everything that connects to your websites, things like Google My Business, local news websites, accounting publications if you're lucky enough to be one, if you appear in any Best of Award publications. It'll even look at your LinkedIn, your Facebook, Twitter, local directories such as City Search, Yellow Pages, Monta, and how they connect to your website and how the information really comes together to understand who and what you are and what you do. It'll look all of that and it'll weigh it in terms of relevancy and authority using its algorithm. And it'll, of course, base everything that you put on your website, but it'll also look at how your network connects to you and how relevant it is to you, and as a whole, how relevant it is to a person's search query. So to sort of drive the example, someone who's looking for a CPA is going to Google it, and they're relying on Google to figure all of this out, and Google's going to look at all of these and determine, okay, so if it looks at Google My Business and it's pointing to your website and Google My Business says that you are an accountant, then, that obviously means that you are relevant to that query. So Google is going to choose your website and show it to that person that's asking the question. All right, so the Google algorithm does weigh different things with more or less weight, and those are ranking factors. And in the most recent study of local SEO ranking factors, which was a 2015 study done by SEO, this is basically how ranking factors are broken out. Here we have behavioral personalization. Signals from Google My Business is a whopping 15% of ranking factors. External location factors, which is basically directories, on-page signals, anything that's on your site, backlinks, reviews, social. Those are all factors that carry different amounts of weight but are part of the whole. And in terms of offsite, it's a whopping 57% of factors. That includes GMB signals, Google My Business, external location signals, links, reviews. All right, so now that you know a little bit more about what actually goes into ranking your business in terms of local SEO, let's go over how you can optimize your website and what things to look out for in your website's offsite presence so that you can better rank in search results. So I do first want to talk about Google My Business and business listings. There is a reason why I specifically pointed that particular directory out, because that directory alone, like I said, is a whopping 15% of ranking factors, and along with external locations, it's about, a third of ranking factors. So basically, directories in Google's Maps directories carry a lot of weight. So why does it carry a lot of weight? What it really is because of the introduction here, what we have of the snack pack. The snack pack is a coveted real estate on a search engine results page because oftentimes it appears before even any of your organic listings down here. So, this here will show you the top 3 locations in your geographical location that Google deems worthy enough of putting in their search engine results page. And in order to appear in Google results page, this is really largely determined by how consistent or the quality of your business listings and how much they match up with Google My Business. So in terms of Google My Business and business listings, when we talk about quality, what we're really talking about is consistency in your name, address, and phone number information throughout the different major business directories and Google My Business. So what that really means is that you have to have the same business name across all different directories, same address, including suite numbers. Suite numbers are very important, and a local phone number. Google does, and other directories, use your area code to determine where you are and how relevant you are to that person's geographical location, so a local phone number is a must. It also means that you do not have any duplicated listings within the same directory, and this is especially important for Google. So how do you create consistency? Well, first, you'll need to verify your listings. You'll need to verify your physical location on Google My Business and in top directories. This is typically done by either sending a postcard to your business address or calling your local phone number and verifying by entering a code through an automated phone call. Next, you'll want to optimize your listings. What that means is that you provide your official business name the way that USPS dictates it, your current address including suite number, and a current local phone number, and make sure that you're optimizing it the same way across different listings. And then finally, you'll want to check to make sure that you do not have any duplicated listings, especially on Google Maps. It's confusing enough when it happens in other top business directories such as Yelp or Yellow Pages, but Google is especially important. So what are some top reasons why duplicates happen? Well, maybe you moved locations, or maybe you changed a phone number and now the phone number is wrong but the address and business name are right, or maybe you acquired a different firm or had a different partner come in and you slightly changed your business name, and now that is going to take some effect, and you'll want to create some consistency by updating your business name wherever you can. All right, let's go ahead and talk about collecting reviews. In addition to local signals and Google My Business, reviews do take into account 8% of rankings. So that is about 37% of ranking factors so far. Which is why I wanted to call this out. So this is speaking specifically to Google reviews, but you can use these tips across reviews for other major directories. I'm pointing out Google just because Google does take into account their native reviews into their ranking algorithm. So it's not a significant amount, but it is factored. In terms of quality when collecting reviews, that really means that you'll want to obtain native reviews, meaning that people actually left them on Google, with text and rating variety. So, try to obtain reviews that are, in the 3 to 5 star range so that it looks honest and authentic, and it should be. When asking reviews or collecting for reviews, ask clients to post from a mobile phone or mobile device. It's really easy. All they really have to do is search for your business name on Google Maps and they should be able to find you. Ask for honest reviews. Do not tell them which star rating you are looking for. If you obtain too many reviews with the consistent, same star rating, Google will flag them and will stop displaying them on Google Maps, and so your efforts are wasted. Ask roughly the same number of people in a given amount of time for reviews so that you have a regular cadence of people leaving reviews. If you get a sudden influx of reviews, then Google will pick up on that you've clearly asked for them, and so really all you want to do is nudge them and encourage people to leave a review, but don't campaign for it, because then sudden influx will flag your reviews. And then of course, politely respond to all reviews in a timely manner, regardless of whether it is a 1-star or 5-star. Use your best judgment and discretion if you think it's appropriate, but do your best to respond. In terms of some things to avoid when collecting reviews, you'll want to do not set up a station to leave reviews. I know this is typically done in some places, in a lot of local businesses, regardless of industry. If you set up a station with, say, an iPad for people to leave reviews, then Google will actually look at the IP address and location where all of these reviews are coming from, and it will flag them. And like I mentioned, do not ask for 5-star reviews, just ask for honest reviews, and do not ask that they repost the review for you on Google from another site. So ultimately what you want is for people to choose Google, but do not ask them to write a review on Google and then post the same review, say, on Yelp or Yellow Pages, because it is devalued once the review is duplicated on another directory. And then of course, if you get a negative review, don't attack the reviewer. Do your best to remain as professional as possible, because other people are reading these reviews, and how you respond in your demeanor will be taken into account if they're deciding whether they want to use your services. All right, so let's talk about link building in local SEO. Now, when you add a link building and factors in the algorithm, that takes you up to the 57% that I had pointed out earlier. So what is it? Essentially, it's attracting links from other websites to point to your own website that are of high quality and authoritative to your in your industry. So that's really all it means is when you're looking for good backlinks is that they are of high quality and that they are authoritative. And in the accounting space, this is typically because they are relevant to your industry or geographical location. So those are very high quality links. And in order to obtain links, really this can come from your relationships in your network, in your business network, as you're talking to people and as you are reaching out to different people. These can come from those relationships. And other places where you can actually obtain links is if you are a participant of your local chamber of commerce. Typically they have directories where they will list your business name and everything, and they will also have a link to your website, and so that is a very much a credible link. The Better Business Bureau actually counts as a great link, so you can actually list your website there if you're accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you are involved in your community in schools or nonprofit organizations, whatever, or state and local associations, those are definitely places where you can find them. And then of course, local awards or best of awards or contests are typically places where you can obtain a backlink. Another approach into obtaining backlinks is by actually promoting your content. So promoting your content on social media, the idea is that by promoting it and getting people talking about it on social media, that eventually someone will find it and choose to link back to it on their website. This is typically a little harder to do for local businesses, but it does happen. And then of course, talking to your local news outlets or local media, or even just writing something for them to feature on their news website, and then mentioning your accounting firm in maybe like an about description of who you are, that is a very good link building strategy as well. Okay, so that was an overview of Offsite. As you can see there, those were all things that didn't necessarily impact your website directly, but are still very important to your SEO. I'm going to go ahead and give you some resources. So I see a question asking how you find the previous presentations, the last two parts of this webinar series. And you can actually do that by clicking here on CPA Site Solutions On Demand Webinars. SEO 101 is already there for you. But you will find SEO 201 there as well. So just go ahead and click on these links and you'll find that information there. I'd also encourage you, if you don't, if webinars or reviewing webinars is something that you have trouble with making time for, we do have some print versions or some printed guides that you can have, or the electronic versions in terms of white papers. If you're new to SEO and you don't really understand the jargon or would like to brush up on it, we do have an SEO dictionary, so you can go through all the vocabulary. We also have a white paper that goes into more detail on how SEO affects your firm. And then of course, if you're just more interested in specific areas on SEO, we do have some great blog posts on how to improve your rankings, and then also how to choose an SEO provider for yourself. Okay, so at this time, I do want to remind you that CPA Site Solutions is here for you. If you decide that SEO is the route that you want to go, or really any marketing, including social media and pay-per-click for tax season, then I would highly encourage you to reach out to your account advisor or internet marketing advisor and just let them know what your needs are and talk about what you're looking for and see if we can find something for you that fits your marketing needs. Okay, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and start the live Q&A session. This gives us about 8 minutes for questions, so it's plenty of time. Okay, It says, here's a question. It says, why does sending yourself a postcard do anything for you? Okay, so when I mentioned the postcard, I was referring to local directory's process to verify your geographical business on Google Maps. Typically, the process either has you call your local business phone number to verify your location, and if your business is new, or sometimes if you do it too often, it'll cancel that option out. So the secondary option is for Google themselves to send a postcard to your business location, and within that postcard, it will provide you with a PIN number that you would then enter in your Google dashboard to verify your location. In doing so, Google is verifying that you are actually at that physical geographical location, and that allows you to verify your business. If you guys want to know more about verifying your business, I'm actually going to, let's see. Go ahead and bring this up. So I'd recommend you go to GYBO. This is for Google themselves. And this helps you verify your business. If you go here to check my business, you can search for your business, and it'll tell you what actions you need to take in order to either verify or optimize your Google listing. Let's see. We have a couple more questions coming in. Okay, there's a question about adding a Bing Ads code. That is probably more about pay-per-click advertising. If it's for Bing Ads, this is it's not search engine optimization. So, I mean, without a lot of context, I'm not really sure what the code was for either. But if you talk to someone on our end and they prompted that to be sent to you, then I would reach out to your account advisor to clarify what it's for. Another possibility for it is that they were actually trying to verify your local business. So just really go ahead and talk to your account advisor and see if they can help you out. Okay. I do get a lot of questions typically around duplicates, so I'm going to go ahead and point out a blog post that I would recommend specifically talking about duplicates, because they happen. Let's see. Whoops. Duplicate. Okay. Okay. So this, if you don't know where to start in terms of verifying your business, although this blog post does address duplicates, it does give you how-tos on how to verify your business as well, and common scenarios that may cause duplicates. So I'm going to go ahead and send this out link to everyone so that you can refer back to it. Okay? All right, so a lot of the questions are slowing down right now, so I'm going to go ahead and hang in here for a few more minutes for anyone else that wants to ask a last-minute question. But at this point, I am going to be concluding the live Q&A session. So thank you all for taking 30 minutes out of your day to listen to me talk about SEO. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions about this presentation or your marketing in general. Again, the number's on your screen right here. And again, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time.